In 2021, there are still plenty of reasons to turn on the Nintendo GameCube, like playing the best Mario Kart or the last ever console F-Zero. But if you don't have an old CRT laying around, chances are you're hooking your trusty cube up to an HD or 4K TV. And if you're stuck with what came in the box, you're gonna run into some problems. One, your TV might not even have any old school AV inputs, though even if it does, the AV cables don't produce the best image quality on a flat screen TV, making the image look muddy and lacking detail. So how do you make this look better anyway? Well, if your TV manages to have the increasingly rare component inputs, you could buy some GameCube component cables in exchange for both of your lungs, though you'd probably be better off picking up an HDMI converter like the Prism HD Adapter from Retrobit, which promises to make your GameCube HDMI compatible while offering comparatively pristine image quality. But keep in mind that this only supports the original GameCube model D0L001, which has a digital AV output in addition to the analog one. So if you only see one output on the back of yours, sorry, you're out of luck. But if you are in luck, the device works as intended, outputting the GameCube's visuals through a digital HDMI signal that is perfectly compatible with any modern TV. Now keep in mind, this doesn't upscale the games to HD, no HDMI adapter does, but it produces a cleaner image at 480p, and it looks much better. If you're someone who really cares about getting the best quality for your retro collection, then this HD adapter is essential. GameCube games that support 480p absolutely shine on this device, and I haven't run into any problems. And if you're a content creator or live streamer, you may find more value out of this item than someone who just wants to play. Most capture cards these days require HDMI, and the Prism HD Adapter is a cost-effective way to capture and stream footage of GameCube games. I hooked this up to my Elgato 4K 60S Plus, and I haven't had any issues with recording. Which brings me to my next point. If this is going to be your first GameCube HDMI adapter, you're gonna want to know how to get certain games to output at 480p and not 480i, as it dramatically improves the overall image quality. The trick is to hold the B button as you start up the console, and if the game's 480p compatible, it will ask if you want to turn on Progressive Scan, aka 480p. If you forget to do this, you'll be playing at 480i. Unfortunately, most GameCube games don't have the progressive scan feature like Spider-Man 2, so you'll be stuck playing games like these at 480i. Thankfully, there is a function built into the Prism HD adapter called line doubling, which deinterlaces the image, making it look less jagged. It's a nice tool to make 480i games look better on an HDMI signal. Also, some games have widescreen support, like Burnout and Star Fox Adventures. But turning it on isn't as simple as going to the options menu and selecting it. First, you have to make sure that you have it turned on in the output menu of the adapter itself. Then you have to restart your GameCube for it to output at that format, and then you turn it on in the game settings. Technically, yes, you can make every game widescreen through the adapter's settings, but I don't recommend it for non-widescreen games because it literally stretches the full screen image. It doesn't look good, and games that support widescreen counter this by compressing the full screen image, making it look better and less jarring. However, my Elgato didn't capture the games in widescreen, so I had to make them look that way in this edit. If you have a capture card that's connected to a PC though, you might be able to record them in widescreen using the capture software. Now, the Prism HD adapter isn't the first HDMI adapter for the GameCube. In fact, I have another, the Eon GCHD, and I was curious how the two stacked up. And as you can see, there really isn't a difference when it comes to visuals as far as I could tell. However, I do like the build quality of the GCHD a lot more than the Prism, as it doesn't stick out as far and it feels more secure by plugging into both of the analog and digital AV outputs, rather than just the digital one as the Prism does. But unlike the GCHD, the Prism comes with an IR remote in the box, which lets you easily access the adapter's menu. The minor issue with this remote is that because it's located behind the GameCube and requires line of sight, angling the remote can be a bit tricky. Moving your hand just slightly will screw up the connection, having you wave your arm around trying to find it again. It's not like you'll be visiting the menus often, but it's still an annoying problem to have when you're trying to change some settings, and to be fair, it's an issue I've encountered with the GCHD too. The menu's settings include the aforementioned widescreen formatting and line doubling, as well as adjusting brightness, contrast, saturation, X and Y positions, and scanline filters. If you want to relive the glory days of playing Mario Sunshine on a CRT without using a CRT, then these scanline filters are pretty cool. I personally don't use them, but I can see how a more nostalgic person would find some joy out of this novelty. Before we get to the verdict and the price, I do want to play some gameplay for you with the audio included, so here you go. What might be the best part of the Prism HD adapter is the price, $80, much less expensive than the GCHD Mark II's $150. Granted, the Mark II comes with additional inputs for Wii component cables and an analog audio out, but if all you're looking for is an HDMI adapter for your GameCube, the Prism HD is worth the money. It also comes with the bare essentials, those being a remote and a USB-C input to update the firmware easily. In short, I like Retrobit's Prism HD adapter a lot, as it is a much less pricey option for those who want to play their GameCube on an HD TV, or are looking to capture GameCube footage through their HDMI capture card. It may not come with as many bells and whistles as the GCHD Mark II, but it's still a great tool to get the best out of your GameCube. The Prism HD adapter is coming in March, and you can pre-order that by going to Retrobit's website, link in the description. Let us know if you plan on picking one up in the comments section down below. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this review on GameXplain. Be sure to subscribe and check out one of the videos on the right for more topics that you might be interested in. Until next time, bye.